Good morning, guys. This is our fifth point, our last day. Firstly, I just want to say that the reason why I share such videos is not to say because I want to make myself look good or I want to seem important or whatever it can be. But the reason why I share such information is to help the next blended family, because what I believe in is that if I go through a certain phase or challenge or part of life or whatever it may be, I can share insight with other people that will help them to overcome. Because there's a lot of people or families that have broken down because of the inability of people to blend successfully. There's a lot of families that have that are living in unhappy states, in unhappy atmospheres because of their inability to blend as a family. So I'm speaking to the fathers, 5 responsibilities of fathers who are leading a blended family. The last point I'm going to share with you today is the point of facing your problems and using your problems for opportunities. So one of the very important parts of rather one of the most important attitudes of life is to make sure that you are able to see positive things even in negative situations. Quite challenging but very important. So I'll be honest with you, a blended setup initially from the word go, you start with challenges. There's challenges with finances because you may find that previously both the partners were married, and so when they get onto this new relationship, they have to start from repayment of debt. Maybe they had made debt in their previous marriages, and now they have to go and start paying off debts. So it's not like a normal your normal marriage where two people would meet and they would go on honeymoon and all of that. So a blended family, sometimes blended families have to sacrifice their honeymoons, they have to sacrifice their wedding, that celebration, they have to sacrifice it for the sake of the family. So from the word go, a blended family has to start kicking into action. School fees must be paid, clothes must be bought, kids and challenges at home must be responded to, medical aid, children must come on to medical aid. So blended families face pressure from the onset, but what's very important is that that particular pressure at that time pushes the blended family out of comfort zone, because the two parents, or rather the parents and the partners, have to realize that they have to increase their level in terms of approaching life. They have to think differently than most people. They have to look at income streams. They have to face their problem. If they are to make this work, they have to face problems and not simply say we have a problem and now we're just gonna relax. So the fifth point that fathers are responsible for is to make sure that they are able to take problems and turn them around and see the opportunities that problems present. For an example, if for example at home when we start initially the blended family and there's not enough money to get a property or whatever it may be, what then the father does is that he needs to increase his knowledge in terms of things. He needs to increase his mastery when it comes to work. He needs to take his work more serious. He needs to do more things, get out more, so that he's able to create create more income for the family. So another problems that we as humans normally do is that we do not see that we have problems. So blended families must be able to see that blending is a problem, and when you see it as a problem, then you know that it's important that you must go out there to look for solutions. So when you don't see it as a problem, is that the problems start coming, and they counter attack you, and it becomes a bit of a problem. So a father in a blended family must be able to understand that we are facing a challenge here, and if we work together, we can actually overturn this problem. Another point I want to add around that is that problems are good because they create and allow you to see who is for you. So problems that you guys face as a blended family, I've never seen anyone for after 10 years married who says in when they're maybe renewing their vows or having another celebration, who says that we've been through this 10 years and everything was going well. Most of the people who pour out their hearts and who are grateful are people who say, you know what, for 10 years we've had so many problems, I was sick, I was broke, but you stood by me. Thank you so much, I love you. For the past 10 years, I had challenges at work, I lost my work or whatever it was, but you never left me. So problems bring a family closer. They don't separate. That's why in most cases, when I think of my own family, sometimes we sit down and we speak and we take pride in the fact that, you know what, we grew up hard, but we made it. We grew up under difficult conditions, but we made it. I mean, we had to push, and the more you challenge your problems, the more you deal with problems, the more you grow and you become wiser in the different parts of life. This way you learn humility, you learn taking things that you're supposed to do very seriously, and they become important to you. Unlike someone who lives or grows up in a place where there's no problems, that person never really grows. I mean, research was even conducted to show that in your life, the times when you grew, either academically or whatever it may be, was the time you were facing resistance in your life. For example, you never get a degree unless you go and face the sleepless nights of studying and getting out of your comfort zone. You're never gonna get anything successfully achieved unless you go out there and you really commit yourself to say, you know what, I really want this. I've got a challenge here, but I really want this so that I can get ahead. So problems present opportunities, and that's the attitude you should be able to take. So fathers should be able to embrace the problems, acknowledge the problems, and the problem, say that we've got problems in the blended family setup. We must click. We've got a problem of coming together. How do we solve the problem? We've got a problem of finances. How do we solve the problem? We've got a problem of this and that. How do we come together as a blended family so that we can be a successful family that has a purpose and that is thriving and that is creating or growing or raising kids that will go out there and change the world. Because I believe that when people meet, they've also got a duty, or rather when couples together, or people who are married, they've got a duty to raise up kids that will go out there and extend and become more good citizens, more better people, to shape the environments that they go to. So that's the last point. I want to thank everyone. I hope this will bring value to your life, and I hope it will allow you to see and things differently, and I hope it will generate new thoughts into your mind. Thank you so much. God bless.